The NBA playoffs are underway, and given the rather odd season that has occurred between injuries, COVID related delays of games, and more, it's honestly a bit of a miracle that the playoffs are happening as planned. But like many, the real question here isn't just about the teams in the playoffs, but how the players themselves are going to perform.
I guess I'm gonna have to do the right thing here.
Who is going to rise up and lead their team to victory? If the regular season is any indication, there are a few standouts for sure. Allow us to show you the best players of the 2021 NBA season. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Number 5, LeBron James. There are some out there who would put LeBron James higher on this list, but the fact is that he would have been the MVP, more than likely, had he not gotten injured and taken out a whole bunch of weeks. That being said, when he was playing alongside his fellow Lakers, he was playing out of his mind, to the extent that people can't seem to wrap their heads around how LeBron is frankly this good for so long into his NBA career. His playoff fate is yet to be determined, but if he stays healthy, we all know he can make a run. Number 4, Kevin Durant. This one may seem odd at first, because for much of the NBA season, Durant wasn't on the court. His injury from his last NBA Finals with the Warriors carried over to his time with the Nets. But here's the thing, when he's on the court, yeah, he's dominant, period. He has been especially efficient in isolation and shooting off the catch, and his effectiveness as an off-the-dribble shooter shows very little signs of having fallen off. Among players attempting at least 100 pull-up jumpers, Durant's second in the NBA in effective field goal percentage. And with James Harden helping getting him the ball and Kyrie Irving taking pressure off of him defensively, the Nets with Durant as the leading man might just make it to the NBA Finals. Number 3, Stephen Curry. Look, we'll admit it, if it wasn't for the months of April and May, Curry would not be on this list. But that's the thing, those months did happen, and it proved once again why Steph Curry might just be the best shooter in the history of the NBA. He was pretty much averaging 40 points a game throughout April, an entire month of high 30 and 40 point games. It was on his back that the Warriors were able to go from mediocre squad to being in the play-in tournament. Sure, they didn't get into the playoffs proper, but they proved that when Steph is on, he's on. And just for these 2 months alone, people have been crowning him the MVP. Number 2, Joel Embiid. Trust the process, people. Trust it. It may have taken a while, but Joel Embiid has proven that he is everything the 76ers hoped he would be and more. The biggest revolution in Embiid's game this season was a pivot. As a back-to-the-basket player, the Sixers center was a clear all-star. As a face-up post player, he might be the most dominant player in the sport. It should be noted that the 76ers are the number 1 team in the Eastern Conference, something they haven't held in a long time. Embiid is playing smart, he hasn't been getting hurt, and he's connecting with Coach Doc Rivers in a way that's making him better. So yeah, he is a top-tier player in this NBA season, and hopefully in the playoffs. Number 1, Nikola Jokic. Fun fact, before the NBA bubble playoffs last year, and before the NBA season was delayed indefinitely, Nikola Jokic was called out by many NBA pundits for being overweight and was told to get in shape if he wanted to succeed. Well, he listened. He went into the break and lost almost 40 pounds. When he returned for the bubble playoffs, he was basically a whole new man and led the Nuggets to the Eastern Conference Finals. That play and power has endured throughout the current NBA season. Jokic has married scoring efficiency, playmaking volume, and sheer offensive workload to a level that only Magic Johnson, LeBron James, and James Harden have ever reached. Combining points, assists, and screen assists, Jokic has created 58 points per game this season, which is why his Nuggets are the number 3 seed in the playoffs and could make another big run with him on point. Plus, unlike many other MVP candidates, his play has been consistent and unmarred by injuries. So what do you think? What do you think of this look at the 2021 season of the NBA and how it turned out in terms of the players performing rather well? Were you surprised by the top player as noted by many? What players would you personally go and put on this list? And who do you think will win the NBA playoffs and the finals? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and we will see you next time on the channel.